Welcome everybody to Bring Me That Shawarma. Okay, so I may have to do this one again because YouTube pointed out that it had copywritten songs in it. So I may have to redo that. I did enjoy that. I was saying that I might enjoy this one. I might go fast off that one. Yeah, why do we need to go through that again? Let's go for this. No, let me... Finally, the first order after 4 grueling hours. Oh dear. Tick, but my time is over soon. I'd much rather just sit till the end. Unfortunately for me, now I have to go somewhere for an order. What's wrong with this life? Oh, dude. I've been working properly for a year and also always doing my best. But in the end, no orders, no money, and clients complain all the time. Oh, I know how you feel, dude. What's the point of this courier rating if there ain't many orders anyway? Flexible work schedule, high income, bonuses, and discounts in restaurants. Sounds like a dream job? Bullshit. I don't even have money for rent. And the problem with clients are more absurd after the others. Clients are more absurd than you. Okay. The navigator can't find the right house, or the customer cancels the order when I'm already halfway there. People act like they don't want their food at all. Recently, I made a delivery to an upscale neighborhood. At the entrance, I met the concierge, but she didn't want to let me in. I immediately called the customer and he flatly refused to come get his food himself. Our company support service was not help to me either. From the beginning, I didn't like the concierge. She looks like she'd been a patient in a nut house, who was released yesterday. Not to mention her eyes were sly. How can your eyes be sly? Like the damn bald dude who put dill in my shawarma once. Oh my God, not dill. Jesus, no. She had clearly gathered all the wisdom of this life, rolled a point out of it, and smoked cheekily in the face of anyone who had the audacity to cross her path. I couldn't and didn't want to trust her, but I had no choice. I couldn't think of anything better than to bribe and ask her to deliver the order to the customer. Of course, she kept both the money and food, so I got fined. Oh dear. But in this case, the customer's behaviour and complaint can still somehow be understandable. Once the restaurant forgot to put napkins in the bag, and so the customer complained to support that I had stolen them. The hell was that? Genius! There's nothing more to say. The jerk-off could have checked the receipt and asked me, since there are always a couple of tissues in my pockets. Seriously? Who's going to want a tissue from your pocket? As you have already understood, the courier is always to blame. Actually, that is true. Of course, the strongest foundations of success are built from the stones thrown at you, but my nerves seem to give up before they are built. Oh, okay. Okay, pearls of wisdom for the day. This time I was lucky and everything went without incident, but in the end I'm still not particularly happy about it. It feels like I'm earning less and less every day. What's next? Will they stop giving me shifts? I think it's time to consider changing jobs. As a last resort, I could try a position at the newly opened vape shop. 19 minutes till the end of my shift. I might as well start walking slowly towards home. What's this? An order of 20 shawarmas and one as a gift. As one as a gift. That is a total of 21. 21. Okay. Is there a significance to 21? 21 is my lucky number. The stars have aligned. This is clearly a sign that it's too early to leave this job. After accepting the order, I went to the shawarma restaurant to pick up the food. Rot Grill Bar. Oh, typical Olga. I finally arrived at Rot Bar, typically Olga. Oh, wow, you're different. You're very different. You're not the person I was expecting. How is the large shawarma order coming along? Half of it's already done. The rest will take another 15 minutes. Isn't that the girl that was complaining about her job in the previous episode? The order is pretty big, so no wonder it's not half ready. It's not ready, sorry. It's not half ready? I might as well order a coffee and talk to the cashier. I've always wondered why the sign changed the grill to Rot. It's a long story. It's not like I'm in a hurry. Fine, then listen. There once was a businessman named Olga. Businessman? He didn't care what he invested his dough in, as long as Olga was in the name. Okay. That's how this place came to be. After first, everything was fine. But over time, the management began to save on ingredients and the quality of the shawarma deteriorated. An act of rebellion was staged by school children who consistently kept correcting the word grill to Rot on the sign. The phrase I loved you, Olga, has become a local meme. So the quality of the shawarma here is so-so. Yep, but I didn't tell you that. Okay. But who would want to order so much shawarma from so far away? Surely there are better shawarmas restaurants in the area. Yeah, this shawarma, if I recall, is miles away because I had to fight off a pot monster, if I recall, to get here. And what kind of address is this? I've never been there before. Where exactly did the order come from? I'm never going to be able to say that. Nizu Poshuk Street. Instead of the cashier's voice, I heard a different one from somewhere behind me. When I turned around, I couldn't even immediately see the person who was talking to me. Dead inside. Dead inside. Okay. His name is Grandid. Okay. Hey, kid. It's a very dangerous neighborhood. You should stay out of it. What's wrong there? Real evil has taken up residence there. What do you mean? Okay. The Reptoids had their eye on the place a long time ago. I knew this since I lived nearby. It all started with a strange animal's behavior. And those damn magnetic storms? Oh, magnetic storm, sorry. The sun was in its every 11 years. The sun was in it every 11 years. Active phase. That I don't understand. Okay. And then those damn aliens heard every word I said. What aliens? The aliens make shawarma. Leave the aliens alone. But how are these things related? You don't know much simple things like kid. You don't know such simple things like kids. So listen here. On days like this, when you say something, the solar wind picks up your words. Oh my God, he's an alien fanatic. And converts them into vibrations of Torson's fields. The aliens' tentacles pick up these vibrations. But you said they were reptoids. Where do they get the tentacles? And, in general, Torson's fields are complete nonsense. Yeah. Live longer than me and you'll understand. I was wondering where he was going with that then. When he said live longer. Understand that this world is more complicated than running around with orders. Young scumbag kid. Excuse me. Don't tell me what to do, Grandad. I'll turn that up. I noticed an ominous glint under his hat. Oh no, it looks like you pissed him off. What makes you think that? If his artificial eye comes out of his socket, it's not good. His artificial eye? It is said that in intense arguments it flies out and can even cause a wound like a bullet. Seriously? It's a glass eye. What are you whispering about? Greens? And where is this world headed if young people have a soaked button of shawarma instead of brains? I'm going to say that should have been bottom. Once you see a doggy round dance. What are these words you're saying? You'll know that Grandad was talking about. Look, I graduated. Order of 21 shawarmas ready. Get me out of here. That guy's words are really confusing. Thank you, beautiful, but kind, weird cashier. You rescued me in time. 21, they're having a party, man. Ha ha! I know what I'm talking about. Shawarma is very popular with them. It's all they eat. It's like nutrition bars. Listen to me. Drop everything and run away whilst you're still alive. At least that made sense. In my haste, I packed the order into my bag. All the shawarma fit in the backpack except for one. What to do? Tamp it down a little more? Yes. No, it's already full. And if I press it down any harder, the shawarma at the bottom will burst. Since there was no free space in the backpack, I just put the last one in my pocket of my jacket. It wasn't deep, which made the shawarma stick out halfway. I hope I don't lose it somewhere along the way. I hurried to the exit whilst the old man kept talking. The shawarma flopped from my pocket onto the floor, so I stopped to pick it up. Look, you're going to bring an offering right into their clutches. Are you ready to betray the human race? Oh my God. I'm so sick of this dude. Silence, pick up the shawarma. Show Grandad where the crayfish spend winter. Just pick up the shawarma, okay? Don't notice the old man's mistake. It's useless to replant an old tree. Guided by the simple truth, I ignored the man and just walked away. On the way, I kept thinking about what he said. Not that those words made any impression on me, but I also noticed that strange things were happening around as of late. There was a story on TV. I don't really watch it much, but sometimes I turn it on in the background whilst I'm playing Digger online. Digger? There's always some conspiracy nonsense on. And usually I don't even get into what's playing. Hi? But that time, the absurdity of the story caught my attention. There was a report about a girl who had her shawarma stolen right out of her hands by aliens. She was walking in the park one evening, enjoying her meal, when suddenly they fly overhead, took the shawarma with their bright beam. Bullshit! Does anyone really believe what is shown on the channel? But after today, I can guess who does. That story isn't too concerning, but the distorted screams that sometimes come from the alley at night, I don't even know how to describe them. Fair enough. It's like someone is shouting, more likely yelling in different keys, and it gets interrupted. Its fragments are looped, rewound and distorted, just like in some games with a lot of bugs. Okay. It makes me wonder if our world is just a matrix, but I reassure myself that maybe it's just some wandering DJs having fun. Wandering DJs? How many DJs do you get wandering around? And doubting my own reality goes against my beliefs. But that's not all the weirdness I've noticed. I've lived on the first floor of my used to having people hanging around under my windows all the time. The hell is that? You see that? The hell is that? Every Tuesday from 4 to 6 in the afternoon, a pensioner at my apartment complex stares through the window. At first, it annoyed me, but then I decided to look at the situation as it's benefited me from a philosophical point of view. Okay. After all, what do I care about a harmless old lady? If she doesn't bother me, let her do what she wants. Interesting. But 2 weeks ago, I noticed something strange. She always stood practically motionless, but this time her stillness was too unnatural. There was something strange, even frightening about her appearance. I still saw the same pensioner in front of me, but all my senses were screaming that something wasn't right. Exhausted by the uncertainty, I went outside and approached her. Everything in me froze with shock when I was close enough to see properly. I discovered that the cardboard cutout was standing instead of a real person. What the hell is going on? Who did this? Why? These questions worry me to this day. But the next week, the original pensioner returned, and I could breathe a sigh of relief. But wait, till you hear this plot twist. After her return, pigeons began to sit in strange circles, like the witch rings that some mushrooms form. And something of the neighbours suddenly turned white. Soon they were all taken away by the riot police. Both pigeons and neighbours. Pigeons and neighbours? It's very strange, isn't it? Another incident happened on the train whilst I was going to another city for a meeting of Digger Online fans. There, I had a strange dream that seemed more of a reality. I dreamt that I was going to the dinner car to get something to eat in the middle of the night. I was separated from it by a single carriage in which an hour ago many people were sitting. I need to put my chair in. There we go. But now it was completely empty, although there were no stops to the uploading them. It puzzled me. But I was more glad that other people's feet weren't sticking out in the aisles. But when I reached the dining car, the situation took a surreal turn. Ah, them guys are back. Instead of people, creatures of an unknown species resembling multicoloured octopuses sat everywhere. Their tentacles wiggled, making clicking and crackling sounds. It was though they were communicating. They communicated exactly until they noticed me. They froze momentarily, and their eyes were vertical pupils staring at me, many eyes. My mind became clouded, and I didn't remember how the dream ended. I woke up and didn't sleep a wink the rest of the way, let alone left my seat. And the moon, it's been brighter than usual. What if Grandad is right? What if there really is something sinister going on in the city? Reptilioid aliens. It's hard to believe such things, but I can't ignore all the strange occurrences around me. What should I do? It's not reptilioids, you're right, it's tentacle creatures. A shawarma fell out of my pocket. Just as I picked it up, I suddenly noticed stray dogs. Run. They were looking right at me. Oh wow, their eyes are red. Or rather at the shawarma. Damn it. I jumped up on my bike and sprinted forwards whilst the dog rushed after me. Despite the fact that I was pedalling as hard as I could, the cute yet scary looking mutts didn't think to lag behind. I could keep going at this speed for a long time, but there's a problem. The shawarma kept falling out. The hungry dogs began to close the gap. One of them kept trying to catch the shawarma in its salivating jaws. Get off me. I was ready to fight to the end, but I was far from being superhuman, and after a while my legs were all ready to fall off. It seemed like nothing could save me when suddenly a flock of pigeons flew at the dogs. Fight. There were so many pigeons that the lead-ridden canines had to retreat. Pigeons taking on dogs. Excellent. I didn't tempt fate to shake each pigeon's shriveled little leg in a thanks, and instead hurried out of there. What the hell was that? Why did the pigeons suddenly attack the dogs? Maybe they just got tired of loud barking that echoes throughout the neighbourhood. Who the hell knows? Shit. What about the shawarma? Phew, it's still there. only by some miracle it didn't fall out of my pocket again. The chase took so much energy, it would be nice to have everything to eat. Don't do that. No, I can't. It's part of the customer's order. Here's the house I need to deliver the food to. It felt like it took forever to get here. Small victories add colour to life, and the feeling of immediate success even makes me forget about the pain in my legs for a while. The place is terrible. Even with a navigator, it is quite difficult to find. The yard is a real garbage dump. Oh, the yard is a real garbage dump. Okay. And not to mention, the building looks like it is about to collapse. Of course, the shawarma fell out of my pockets again. God, this place made me feel uncomfortable. In tense moments, it usually helps me to chat with others. I'm actually quite an outgoing person. You can get a lot of interesting ideas from talking to people, and extraordinary people have always inspired me. Even with that granddad, we could have had an interesting dialogue if I had more time and he had less impatience. So now I decided to look around for someone to talk to. If there are any people here, of course. Oh, there's a pretty girl out for a smoke. At least someone around here is normal. I think I'll talk to her whilst I have time. No wonder you keep getting complaints. You're talking to someone instead of doing your deliveries. Oh, it's you again. Hey. Hi. Don't many people live here? It's only at first glance. Huh? Maybe I got a very large order of shawarma. You need to go to this apartment 17, don't you? Yes. You're out of luck. Why is that? I've been watching this gang for months now, and I can say with absolute certainty that something is wrong with them. Ever since they settled here, pigeons have been flying around the place. Some white substance is constantly spilling near the door, and then there are unearthly mantry herds from the toilets every night. Mantras, as in rituals, singing, mantras. Okay. I wake up every now and then because of the strange yelling. And that's not all. I would take more than an hour to tell you about all the strange things that have happened here. I see. It all sounds scary, and those weird yells. On the other hand, maybe she's excavating. Yeah, excavating. And she just has noisy neighbours that she's sick of. Maybe that's why she makes them out to be so scary. You may not believe me, but if you go there, I can't guarantee you'll make it out alive. A job is a job, and I have to do it. Don't believe me in what I'm saying anymore. Okay, then come on in. I'm just about done. The girl threw out her finished cigarettes, and we went into the building together. I live on the 4th floor, and you have to go to the 5th. Oh dear. Suddenly, the light in the stairwell went out. How often does this happen here? Not often, but usually after the obscurity of the neighbours have reached an extraordinary level. Still, sure you want to go there? We reached the 4th floor. The girl stopped and looked at me expectantly. Hell, what if all these rumours are true? Grandad's words, the stranger's story. And in all things I saw with my own eyes, what if I really do fall into some creepy trap? Wouldn't it be better to leave before it's too late? Complete the order. You need to pay bills, ma'am. I don't think trusting her is a good idea. What she said sounds more like the ravings of a crazy person. Besides, I absolutely have to complete the order after all. It could prove fatal. Not to mention the big fine if I don't do it. A job is a job. I didn't come all this way for nothing. As you wish. The stranger disappeared behind the door and I went up to the next floor. I reached the right apartment. Well, this story is finally coming to a close. Oh wow, he's got red eyes as well. The door was opened by a girl. I couldn't help but notice what was going on behind her. People were looking out from around the corner with interest, coming closer, looking at me with a kind of predatory curiosity. How many of them are there? Here's your order. She gave me a very strange look and then yelled, Guys, dinner's here. Someone's strong hand grabbed me and pulled me inside. The door slammed shut. Only a lonely, wrinkled shawarma was left lying on the doorstep. Dead end. Complete the episode. Bring me that shawarma. To be continued. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Right. So, I've just run back through this quickly, so I'm going to trust the stranger and run. You're right, something bad is going on here. I am going to get out of here whilst I still have my legs. I turned around to leave, but the slam of the entry doorway made me freeze in place. There were 2 pairs of footsteps in the stairs. The unknown persons were talking, and the only word I could make out was shawarma. Damn, you're too late. It's one of their gang. What do I do? You can hide at my place. Hurry up. We went into the apartment and the girl immediately closed the door securely. Each lock one by one. Lena. Roman. Circumstances are strange, but nice to meet you. Huh, the same. We took off our shoes, threw off our jackets, and went into the kitchen. Lena was hospitalized and immediately made us tea. Oh, was hospitable, not hospitalized. I was like, why was she hospitalized? Hospitable. It's my reading. It's fine. And immediately made us tea. How long do we have to sit here? There was a noise coming from above, as if a crowd of people were dancing right over our heads. Along with the stomping, there were chants that grew quieter and then turned into an outright yell. Now I understood what the girl was talking about. Till morning, most likely. But if anything goes wrong with this supply of shawarmas, we could be here for a long time. I laughed. Despite everything, I felt safe now. So, tell me about yourself. Oh, so tell me about yourself. Where to start? I studied to be a philosopher. Then I went to work as a courier. It may not sound cool, but it was only for a while. Oh, I even started writing a book. So far, it's mostly notes on my phone, but still. Whilst I was talking, I looked around. The kitchen was quite cosy, despite the slight clutter. There was a pizza box next to the sink, and there were tea bags and a few candles scattered on the table. Among the flower pots on the windowsills There were some packages of pills, a roll of rope, a whip, a gag. What the? The girl I was talking to, the girl realised that it was her turn to tell me about herself. Strange rumours in this building are not just about my neighbours. She smiled slyly, and I felt uncomfortable. What a mess I'm in. I don't know what's worse, getting caught by cultists or a crazy BDSM fan. There was a heaviness all over my body. I tried to get up, but my arms and legs wouldn't listen to me anymore. Oh dear. I looked at the cup. Now I realised what the strange taste of the tea had. Somewhere in the hallway, the shawarma from my pocket laid pathetically. Damn, how dizzy. I watched helplessly as Liana took off my shirt and began to tie my body with rope. Oh dear. She kept saying something, but wasn't listening anymore. The dancing of the mantras of the neighbours, meanwhile, had reached their peak. They're totally freaking out in there. It felt like the ceiling was about to collapse on our heads. They're really going wild today. Even the walls are wobbly. This was really happening. The whole house was groaning and shaking, the pipes howling like a pack of dogs chasing shawarma. Great, I'm double trapped, and all I can do is watch. Ew. That's just wrong. What's that? Is there really some kind of white liquid coming out of the pipes? Judging by the sound, the neighbours began to panic. Leanne stopped tying me up and turned her attention to the increasing flood. Crap. They pumped that shit all over the place. The pipes finally burst, the white substance gushing out all the cracks and crevices that rapidly covered the walls. The wild thudding sound it made my ears prick up. Before the building collapsed, I managed to look out the window. A huge yellow moon was shining in the Morbius red sky. To be continued. Oh dear. That was weird. That ending was even weirder than the other ending. I don't even know what the white stuff was coming from the ceiling. Oh, bring me that shawarma too. Okay. So, we're going to leave this one here. So yeah, it's next is going to be Who Stole My Sauce? So, which is a bit weird. Are the shawarmas still being made by aliens, or are the aliens just stealing the shawarmas now? I have no idea. It's interesting. Let's Who Stole My Sauce? A thrill trash detective. Don't say it's Dana. Got a job at the shawarma shop. At first, customers complained about the bad quality of the shawarma. Too much pepper, onions where it shouldn't be. How can onions be where they shouldn't be? But later, things started to get very strange. Ice cream instead of sauce and white sauce instead of coffee. Someone is sabotaging the restaurant. But who? Dana has to find the imposter before the chef arrives. Okay. Interesting, I guess. Okay. So we're going to leave this one here. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free. You got nothing to lose. Don't forget to ding dong that bell because it likes to be ding donged. And don't forget your nubbies because I still can't use my nubby at the moment. I might be able to soon, I've been told. And don't forget, leave comments in the comment section. It's fine. I don't mind. And I shall see you next time.